First and foremost, why do these companies struggle to really understand their costs?
What it really boils down to, Scott, is the financial framework, also known as the chart of accounts. So if the chart of accounts is inconsistent or messy, it creates a lot of challenges down the line, right? So what's most important is that we set up the financial framework and the foundation with consistent numbering, consistent naming, so that down the line, right, as things enter into the trial balance and through the chart of accounts, right, it's consistent. Consistency is key to provide a solid financial framework.
Okay, so we're talking about the basics like naming conventions, account numbers, and structure.
Exactly. So here's a good analogy. Think of it as organizing your toolbox at work or at home, right? If you put wrenches and sockets and drills and bits and all of your tools into one drawer, when you go to look for something, you don't really know where to look. And it's messy and it takes a long time, right? It's wasted time. Whereas if things were organized, broken down by component in different shelves and different drawers, you would know exactly where to turn. It's no different than your financial framework or your chart of accounts, right? When you have people that take vacations, you need to know that certain things are getting posted in the right place. When you have turnover, when you have changes in your organization, you need to know that that's not going to impact the consistency of your numbers, right? And it also allows you to have scalability, right? So if you think through it, and we're going to give an example on the screen here shortly of what a chart of accounts will look like, right? And how to name it. It's a benchmark that you can use to gauge against how you're currently doing it right now. But what it really does is it allows you the scalability. It allows you to spot trends quickly. It allows you to see, something seems off here. I don't know why this line item is all of a sudden higher than I expected. And that's when you can drill into the information and really start making decisions. So without that really strong chart of accounts, organized, well thought through and organized, right? That's going to present challenges down the line if we don't address that first. So we have a template like the one you see on your screen that you can access at rigsource.com under the resources tab. And as I mentioned, this is a really good benchmark that you can use, kind of rack and stack it against what your system looks like to see if there's any changes or modifications. It's a roadmap. It's nothing more than to have you take a look at it and see if there's any changes or improvements that you can make to your existing system. So looking at the chart of accounts on your screen, the chart of accounts is broken down into balance sheet accounts and income statement accounts. The balance sheet accounts start with the 1000 series, which are assets. Assets are things like cash, accounts receivable, prepaid expenses, and equipment. Equipment is your drilling equipment. Equipment is your office equipment. Equipment is your computers and electronics and things like that. Anything that is put on the balance sheet and depreciated over a lifespan. The next section is your 2000 section, and those are your liabilities. Your liabilities consist of your accounts payable, any short-term or long-term debt that you have, accrued expenses, and liabilities and things of that nature. The next section is the 3000 section, and that's the membership and ownership equity section. So that has your retained earnings and original ownership capital that was contributed to the business when the business was formed. So those are your balance sheet sections. The next section starts the profit and loss section, and that's your revenue section. That's typically a 4000 series. That's what's shown here in the chart of accounts listed. Those are revenue line items for drilling, surveying, excavating, land clearing. Any type of revenue should be broken down separately. You have a chart of accounts that's listed here that has them broken down with some guesses of what you might see in your business. Those are your 4000 revenue series. The 5000 series is your cost of goods sold or your direct cost to run the drilling department. These are direct costs like direct labor, fuel, consumables, repairs and maintenance made on your drill rigs. You can go down this chart of accounts and look. Many of these will be familiar to you, but the 5000 accounts are typically your cost of goods sold. Moving on from that are what we call below the line items in chart of accounts. Those are your 6000 series. So these are things like rent, general and administrative costs, any type of marketing expenses that you do, general liability insurance, and things of that nature, meals and entertainment, and so forth. The final section is the 8,000 series, and this is what we call the other series. So these are items like interest expense, other income, depreciation, amortization expense. That's where these line items fall in your chart of accounts. This is a good roadmap for you to take a look at. Scroll through it, rack and stack it against your existing chart of accounts, and see if there's any updates that need to be made. This is a good template to look at and refer back to. Once again, this template can be found at rigsource.com under the Resources tab, along with many other templates that we have there to help you in your business.